Hello and welcome to Joanne's Cosmic Energy Radio Show. How is everybody today on this amazing Wednesday? I like to call it Wednesday Mercury Day, and you'll learn why in a moment. But before we go there, I like to just say to share, like, and comment on today's show. I'd like to give a big shout out to two of my advertising sponsors that keep me going on my TV show, which is Kendrick Greer, who's our astrologer. And you're definitely going to want to reach out to him after today's broadcast. And then we also have Nick Rafter, who is our journalist, writer, and editor, which you'll also want to reach out to him after this broadcast because there's going to be a lot of writing we'll all be going to be doing. And in case you don't know who I actually am, I am your host, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck, and a mom and a wife. Now that you know all about me, what about you? Remember to share, like, and comment. And today, what I'd like you to do upon sharing and commenting, I'd like you to throw in the comments your birthday, the month and day that you were born, and anybody who's celebrating a Capricorn birthday, this is the last week that you can redeem your birthday gift from me. And by doing that, you need to send me your birthday information to my email. And I'm also going to extend that out to the Aquarius birthdays as well, because that's going to be starting up next week. But everybody else who turns around and includes their month and day, you're going to get a special surprise as well. And I'll give you that email now just in case you end up running away. The email address is healingwithin76@gmail.com. So with all that being said, what I like to do is I like to dive in to our show today, as the title of today's show is Medical Astrology. Now you're probably wondering, medical astrology, what is that about? I know astrology based off the horoscopes, but what the heck is medical astrology? Well, if you follow me on my Facebook lives, on my Facebook page, and even on my TV show, you have learned that our planets are associated to the days of the week, and our planets are also associated with our body, along with our astrological signs. And today I'm going to be focusing in, zooming in on specific planets based on the energy that's actually going to be coming in within a matter of, 7 or 9 days from now. And I'm sure by now, each and every one of you are totally aware that as of 2021, we've moved into what they call the Age of Aquarius. Now, I can go ahead and sing the song for you, but I do want to keep your attention, and I do want to keep you here. And I'm very much aware that singing is not my gift. I do it in the shower because I'm the only one there, but I won't do that to you here. But anyway, yes, it's the Age of Aquarius, and we're going to have many, many planets that are going to be moving into the Age of the Aquarius. And there is a flyer that you can actually see. There's 7 of them. 7 amazing planets that are going to actually flow right into Aquarius energy. And I want to just tap in those names for now, and then we're going to come back to that shortly because there's a lot of information I want to share with you. So to start off with, when we think about the planets that are moving into Aquarius energy, as the flyer says, we have the sun, that beautiful bright yellow sun that's when it's shiny, sunny out, it's bright. Then we have the moon, which shows up at night once a month for about, give and take, 7 days. And then we also have Saturn. Then there's Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and this other planet that for the life of me, I cannot say its name, something or another, Pallas, whatever the heck it is. But whatever the case is, when we think about these 7 planets, all of them are going to be in Aquarius energy. Now, if you know anything about Aquarius energy in itself is what we classify as an air sign, meaning in the head. In the head. Everything is in the head. Everything is intellectual. Everything is logical. Everything's about critical thinking. Everything's about overthinking. And sometimes it's also about not being able to make decisions. Now, when we think about these specific planets in itself, each one of those planets have a specific vibration and meaning to it. So when we think about the sun's energy, and I believe that flyer specifies specifically what each of the planets are actually about. And as I'm thinking here, there's so much going on my desk right now that I didn't even think to write down the actual emphasis of each of those meanings. But we're going to wing it and do the best we can based on that flyer. You have that flyer in front of you, so you have an advantage over me right now because I don't have that flyer in front of me. But just to give you an idea, when we think about the moon energy, the moon's our emotions. Then we have Saturn. Saturn is our planet of let's say growth, spiritual growth. Jupiter is gifts, our gifts and expansions. Then we have Venus, which is all about love, money, and relationships. Mercury, which is about communication and networking. And again, that planet that I can't say, Astro something or another, that's actually the opposite of Mars. Mars is about war, but Mars is not one of the planets that's going to be in Aquarius energy, so I don't want to confuse you. But the energy of that planet is all about being able to reason with yourself. Reason with yourself. Now, when you think about these particular energies and the meanings of these 7 planets being in Aquarius, and Aquarius again, up in the head, critical thinking, brainstorming, logically, having to have everything have a logical explanation to it. Now, when we talk about the spiritual realm of things, spiritually speaking, not everything is logical. At least not from an intuitive point of view, not everything is logical. And what do I mean by that? Just because 1 + 1 = 2 does not necessarily mean 1 + 1 = 2, spiritually speaking. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's just the way it is. So when we think about all these planets being in one actual astrological sign of overthinking, analyzing, critical thinking, making decisions, not making decisions, that can be really overwhelming, because sometimes it's also about, when we get into that moon energy, it's our emotions take over too, which is a really good segue into today's energy as well. When we think about today's energy, today we have a new moon energy. Now, we have a full moon's energy, and then we have a new moon's energy. New moon's energy is really about the time where we can set our intentions and bring in new things, bring in new vibrations, bring in new ideas, new possibilities, new opportunities. And because this new moon is literally in alignment to this amazing energy of these seven planets coming into Aquarius, this is a really great opportunity for every one of us to take time to sit with a nice big whiteboard. It could be pink, it could be blue, whatever color you want it to be. I actually use a white one. And grab some magazines, some beautiful color markers or crayons or pencils, your scissors, your glue. Do you know where I'm going with this? Yeah, it's vision board time. Because this energy that we have in this new moon, moving into this amazing energy we have with these 7 planets, this is the time to set intentions. Now, if you've never set an intention or did a vision board or even believe about your dreams, this is the time to start implementing. Because 2021's energy is very different than the energy we just came from in 2020. How so? Good question. I'm glad you asked it. How so? Because 2020 was all about building our foundation, finding stability and more balance in our lives, whether it's the balance between work and play, rest and activity, happiness and sadness. That was that energy. 2021 is really about the change that every one of us are going to embark on, personally, professionally, and also collectively. And we're all going to feel that collective energy, I'm going to say tenfold. And this new moon's energy is going to amplify this amazing energy as we move into the year. With this the 7 planets that are going to be in Aquarius energy. So when we think about the new moon, the Capricorn energy, again, Capricorn is the earth sign. So today is a day to be grounded, to allow yourself to focus in. Now, again, depending on if you do even have earth energy in your natal chart, that might be a challenge for you. In fact, I was working with a client last week and found out, or I helped her find out, that she had absolutely no earth energy in her chart. And she became panic phobic about it, where she was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? That's why I can't focus. That's why I can't make good decisions. That's why I'm always in an argument. And she went over and over and got overly overwhelmed by it. And I said, hey, calm down. It's a simple fix. And that simple fix is if you happen to not have enough earth energy in your chart or no earth energy at all, simple fix is spending time out in the earth. Go outside and take walks. Grab rocks, whatever it is to bring that energy into your environment. Now, it may not necessarily be earth that you're missing. It could be something else that you're missing, but you may not know what that is. And you're probably curious to say, well, how the hell am I supposed to find out what that is? Well, here's a simple solution. And that solution is, and remember, guys, I like to give you solutions. I like to give solutions. I don't just want to give you all this information and then leave you hanging wondering, well, what are you supposed to do with this? Solution is, go and look up your chart. Just Google free natal chart. That's it. Very simple. And when you do, you're going to plug in all the information that shows up on your birth certificate. Now, if you do not have a time on your birth certificate when you were born, from what my astrologer has shared with me, you can put the time down as 12 a.m. and then 12 p.m. So you want to do it twice. The chart's going to be very similar. But the reason he says twice, and I never question why he says what he says. Anyway. So once you know that and you get that natal chart, then go ahead and send me a message and say, I got my natal chart. Now what do I do with it? Send it to me. I'll review. You and I will get on a Zoom call together. We'll spend about 30 minutes conversating about your chart. And then from there, I'm going to give you some homework because there's always homework. I do not do the work for you. I have you do it yourself. That's the part of what I do as a teacher. I have you do the work. But anyway, moving on from that, knowing that how much earth do you have in your chart, how much water you have in your chart, how much air and how much fire will determine your overall energy. So now we think about, we have the new moon's energy. We have these 7 amazing planets going into Aquarius. And as mentioned, Aquarius is the air sign. So knowledge, critical thinking, logic, overwhelming, overthinking, not being able to make decisions, because that's what happens when we have too much going on. Sometimes we cannot make good decisions. So this is a really important time, as these planets are going to be in Aquarius energy, is to take sticky papers, highlighters, and all that great stuff to start highlighting the things you're looking to do and set a schedule so you can get everything done. Because if you're like me, you probably have about 20 projects on the stove right now, and they're all lit up. And I have my hands in every one of them. And they all have a specific deadline to be done. Some are going to be done soon, and some are going to be done a little later. But they're all going to get done because they all have a specific deadline. And that's the critical thinking. But that's also the organization that I have within me. Thank God for that. So that's what I recommend that you do as well, is pen to paper and write down the things you're looking to accomplish over this time. Now, what I also like to do is share with you, because eventually at some point in this radio show today, I'm going to be sharing with you about the medical astrology and what that actually looks like. And I'm saving that towards the second portion of the show because I want to sort of keep you at the edge of your chair. I would also like to share with you another amazing day that's coming in for every one of us, and it's about a retrograde. In fact, I'm going to share 2 things with you about a retrograde. Are you ready? Are you at the edge of your chair, all excited, ready to go? Well, here we go. Tomorrow, January 14th. Yes, that's tomorrow. I think tomorrow, today's the 13th. Yes, tomorrow, January 14th, 2021, a planet that has been retrograde since September is finally going direct. And that is our planet Uranus. Uranus, Uranus. We all say it differently. I like to refer to our planet Uranus as the planet of a midlife crisis. Yes, I said midlife crisis. Why did I say midlife crisis? Because it's our planet that puts a microscope on who am I? Why am I here on this earth? Why have I decided to be reincarnated this time in my life? What am I supposed to be doing? That's soul's purpose. And that energy has been on hold since September. As of tomorrow, January 14th, that energy goes forward again, which means we start to move forward. So we've been doing a lot of reflecting on who we are, why we're here, and what our purpose is. Now, if you have no idea who you are, why you're here, and what your soul's purpose is, again, we're going to go back to this energy of today, this new moon's energy. This is a day to turn around and start asking those questions. And then using the 7 planets in Aquarius to start implementing who you are, what are you supposed to be doing, and your soul's purpose. Because the energy of 2021 is very different from 2020. We are not going to be sitting at home much longer. We are not going to be isolated much longer. We are not going to be limited. No, we're going to be in change. We are going to be in change. Change means movement. Movement. Change doesn't mean you stay in one spot. In this amazing 7 planets in Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius for that matter, is going to feel like what do they call that, a slingshot? Where someone slingshots a rubber band across the room and it goes flying. Well, imagine yourself as that slingshot. Imagine yourself as that rubber band. Here you are in my hand, and all of a sudden I take it and shoot it, and now you're in friggin' France. Yep, that's exactly how it is. Don't ask about France. I don't know. It just came up. Someone's going to go to France. Who wants to go to France? Anyway, but that's the energy that's going to be moving in with this new moon's energy, the 7 planets in Aquarius, and the year of Aquarius. This is the age of the Aquarius. So this is action time, guys. So if you need to utilize the remaining portion of January, the remaining portion of February, and a little bit of March to sort of catch your breath, reboot, because you haven't done enough of that in the last 366 days, but do it anyway and get yourself ready, because woo, March is going to be exactly that. March is the month where we start to march, and we're going to be moving very fast, almost to the point where you run. And this is the energy we are going to moving into, and the changes that are coming in, which is one of the reasons why I've decided that I needed to share with you about medical astrology. Because when we think about medical astrology, it is about our bodies. It is about our mindset. It is about our physical well-being. And we're going to tap into that energy in just a short while. So I still have you at the edge of your chairs. So just think about this new moon's energy that's today, powerful energy of Capricorn, and this amazing retrograde going direct tomorrow, which is Uranus, midlife crisis. Who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? And just to make life really, really, really exciting, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about retrogrades. Well, we talked about Uranus going direct. Mercury. Yes, I said it, Mercury. Now, you do realize that Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. This year, Mercury is going to retrograde 3 times a year. 3 times this year. And if that's not exciting to know, all 3 of those retrogrades are going to be in air signs. Yep, air signs. So every time Mercury retrogrades, it's going to be in the air. It's going to be all about the logic. It's going to be about the balance. It's going to be about the communication. Yes, because Mercury is our planet of communication, technology, planning, scheduling, networking, contracts, computers, anything dealing with computers. So it's your computer in itself. It's the computer in your car. It's the computer in your phone. Anything that operates with a computer, that's Mercury for you. And Mercury's going to go retrograde, which means things are going to slow down. Yes, it's going to slow down, which means it's a time of reflection. Many astrologers and healers get really annoyed when Mercury goes retrograde, but it's actually a really positive thing because it gives you a chance to reflect on your schedule. How are you setting your schedule? How are you ramping your schedule? Are you overwhelming yourself with your schedule? This is a time to evaluate it and change it. How are you setting up your routines? How are you planning? How are you communicating? This is a time to really rearrange all of that. How do you communicate? How do you communicate with yourself, and how do you communicate with your spirit team? This is a time to reflect on that. Now, there's two things I want to share about Mercury retrograde that is usually suggested not to do. I'm going to give you the pros and cons. I'm going to give you a reason why, and then I'm going to contradict myself, okay? So be aware of that. The things not to do during a Mercury retrograde is to sign contracts and to buy something big. And now I know all of you entrepreneurs out there, your business owners and whatever have you, you're all sitting back saying, well, what the hell? I can't sign contracts? How am I going to survive? Well, guess what? You survived in 2020, and I'm sure you didn't sign as many contracts as you had liked. You'll survive. You will survive. However, the contradiction, like I said, I will contradict myself. You can sign contracts during this period of time. However, be aware that you might have to come back and sort of review the contract with the person you're signing with, because the communication is going to be lapsed. The person may not understand you 100%. So you might have to review. Even if you write it down on paper, you're going to have to come back and review. So be patient and understanding that that might happen. Now, the flip side to that is, depending on where Mercury is sitting in your chart, may not be the case. May not be the case. It may be a real big highlighter for you that Mercury is going retrograde, because you may actually benefit from it. Now, for me, I do believe, and I don't have my natal chart in front of me to confirm this, but I do believe Mercury is sitting in Aquarius in my chart, which, yay for me, yay for me, because that's a good thing. Mercury being Aquarius, and Mercury is one of the planets that's going to be in Aquarius energy. So that's actually a good thing for me. So again, another reason why you want to go and get a natal chart, so you can find out where you're going to win something and where you need to sort of slow back a little bit. And I also want to bring another highlight here in reference, jumping away from Mercury retrograde for a moment. For those of you who have Aquarius sun, moon, rising sign, one of the three, you might have Aquarius in all three, for I know. And if so, oh my God, I feel sorry for you. Those of you who do know that this Aquarius 7 energy planet is going to influence you more so than someone who does not have Aquarius in their chart. Now, the same goes if you have Aquarius in one of those 7 planets, that's going to influence you as well. What do I mean by influence you? Means you're going to feel this energy more so than someone that does not have a sun, moon, or rising sign in Aquarius, or does not have one of those 7 planets in Aquarius. So if someone doesn't have any Aquarius energy in their chart, they're not going to feel this energy as intensely as those who do. But note, we're all going to feel this energy. We're all going to feel this. Just that those of us who have this energy in the chart are going to feel it more so. And as mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, besides my Mercury being in Aquarius, my moon sign is Aquarius. So again, let me do my happy dance. Yes, I'll be benefiting again. My moon sign is in Aquarius. Lucky me. Yes. So I ask you to take a peek at your chart. And again, once you do, take a snapshot of it and message me your chart. And you and I will get on a call together, and I'll explain to you your chart so you can understand how you're going to benefit from this energy that is coming in, because we all going to benefit. And when I use the word benefit, doesn't mean that everything's going to be all up and up. It's going to mean we're going to be learning some lessons, which means it may be a little challenging, but that's okay. That's the benefit behind it, isn't it? That's the whole reason why we're here on Earth, that we've chosen to be reincarnated in this lifetime. Yes. So there will be lessons, and powerful ones. Because after all, the lessons are what helps us grow to be more spiritual than we already are. Because after all, one of my favorite expressions in the whole wide world, we are spiritual beings having many human experiences. And those human experiences are the lessons that we are learning each and every day. And these 7 amazing planets going into Aquarius in the Age of Aquarius is a major lesson coming in. So again, remember that rubber band and slingshot? I'm going to fling it, and someone's going to be flying to France. Could it be you? Who knows? It could be France, it could be Italy, it could be Puerto Rico, wherever the hell this rubber band ends you is where you're going to be going, because there's massive change coming in. So with that being said, again, just want to show off another flyer before we take a quick commercial break, because when we come back, I'm going to be sharing about the medical astrology. But there's another flyer that speaks about how the planets are associated with the days of the week. And I want you to take a peek at that. And just look at that. Take note of it. Memorize it, because I'm going to quiz you. Yes, I am. I'm going to quiz you. I'm just trying to find my notes. I highlighted everything. This way here, I know what the hell I'm talking about. So we talk about, I don't highlighted everything. Oh, sugar poos. Sugar poos, sugar poos, sugar poos. Although I do have that book elsewhere. I'm so glad my hands reach here today. So anyway, as mentioned, as my chart says, every day is associated with a different planet. So we're going to dive with Wednesday first, because we're on Wednesday, why not? So Wednesday's Mercury Day, which is all about how we communicate. And we're going to network. Thursday, which is tomorrow, so you get a heads up here, that's about Jupiter's energy, which is all about abundance and expansion. Okay? I know you all love Friday because that's Venus Day. Love, money, and relationships. Yes, yes. Then we're going to move into Saturday, which is all about Saturn energy, and that's structure and discipline, which is why most people do their chores that day. And then we have Sunday, the sun energy, which is all about our ego and our soul's purpose. Monday, one of my favorite days of the week, Moon Day, which is all about our emotions, how we're feeling. And by Monday, we're going to be feeling quite interesting because, again, new moon energy, Uranus going direct. We're starting to flow into that Aquarius energy where 7 planets are going to be all sitting in. And then by the end of January 30th, I believe, Mercury is going to go retrograde. How's that for a report, guys? All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when I come back, I'm going to be sharing with you about medical astrology. I invite you to bring a pen and paper with you. We're going to end the show today with a really quick reading, so you'll know which chakra to focus on, at least for today, and maybe the next couple of days, to keep yourself in alignment to all this amazing energy that's coming in. And that's going to provide you with a hidden message. I'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR, @gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Cosmic Energy Radio Show. I am your host, Joanne and Jabari Cologne. How are you doing? Now, if you've been with me since the start of the show, thank you for sitting and watching. And if you're just joining, remember to share, like, and comment. And for those of you celebrating a Capricorn January birthday, and also for you Aquarius for January and February for that matter, also include your birthday information in the comments. And for that matter, heck, I think I said for everybody to include your birthday in the comments, where you can actually, rather than including them in the comments, what did I say before? I don't even remember. But in any case, include them in the comments. And those of you who are celebrating a birthday, I would like for you guys to send me your birthday information, month and day, to healingwithin76@gmail.com. I don't know if any of you are watching and you have access to your Facebook book. If you could type that in for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, as I've mentioned throughout the entire time that we were on the show before, about all this energy that's going on, now we're going to dive into what we call medical astrology. Now, most of you know astrology as our horoscopes, and many of you might go and check out the Vogue magazine or your horoscopes in the newspaper, if we do that anymore, whatever the case is, and you get maybe a 1 or 2 line of what's going on for you for that particular week, or even maybe a full forecast. And for that matter, I offer those things as well. Yay, yay. But besides our horoscope, understanding that our astrology, every astrological sign and planet is associated with our body. And when our planets are in retrograde, our bodies impact. When our planets are in a specific sign, our bodies impact. So, hey, damn it, So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing strictly on the planets that are going to be in the Aquarius energy for the time of Aquarius. Now, when we think about the time of Aquarius, and I still have not really confirmed this question that I've been floating around in my own head, and I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to my astrologer, because remember, I'm a student of astrology, so I don't know everything. That is my waiver. Disclaimer, rather. I believe this energy really does start as we move into Aquarius energy. Although, do understand that Jupiter and Saturn are already in Aquarius energy. They're there. They're floating. They're there. They are very much there. And Mercury is going to be following very soon. And the moon, not the new moon. The moon is going to be shifting over to Aquarius as of tomorrow. So right off the bat, we're going to already have, 3-4 planets that's going to be in Aquarius energy. And then, of course, the sun, that beautiful sunny thing, is going to be shifting into Aquarius energy as of January 20th. That can float between, I think, the 19th or 20th, depending on where you live. So at that point, from January 20th till about February 19th, which is where we'll be in full flare blast Aquarius energy, we will have 7 planets in that energy. Now, what I like to discuss with you in regards to the planets and its body parts. Now, again, I can make this really long and drawn out and boring, or I can just really tap into intuitively what I feel each and every one of you need to hear today. And what I'm getting a sense on, you don't want it to be boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight specific body parts and organs that each and every one of those 7 planets are going to influence. And I want to make a note here to why I'm sharing this. Because these planets are going to influence the body parts and the organs. It may very well mean you may experience flare-ups, or you may experience something new showing up for you. Whereas if, let's say, if it's your birthday month and you go to get a checkup, you might find your doctor telling you, well, you have this, or you have that. And doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. It just means it's being flared up at that present time due to the energy that's coming, that will be in at that point. So it's almost like I'm saying, don't get too alarmed, but pay attention. Okay? So here we go. We're going to start off with Mercury, because that's what's on my list first. Okay, I'm in Mercury mode. So Mercury is connected to our lungs and also connected to speech-related problems. Our mouth, our tongue, our hands, and our digestive system. And what I want to put a note on here is the digestive system, because again, we're going to have 7 planets in Aquarius energy. We may not be able to digest that energy, meaning it's almost like digesting food. When we're not able to digest all this energy that's going on, our belly is going to bother us. Our belly is going to bother us. Now, as I mentioned in the first part of my show, is I like to provide solutions. So here's a solution for your digestion issues, should you not be able to digest all this energy that's going on in Aquarius. Here's the first thing. Drink hot water. First thing in the morning. I recommend using an essential oil, but we also do not want to make this a financial thing. So go get yourself some lemons and squeeze it in hot water and drink it first thing in the morning. That itself is going to help your digestive system with food and also to help digesting. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes when we are overwhelmed, we tend to look for food to help us feel better. And when we're looking for food to help us feel better, chances are we're not looking for food that's going to have valuable nutrients and vitamins in it. We're going to look for sweets. And those sweets are going to get the best of us in our waistline. So we do want to make sure that we're not causing more harm than good with this energy. Okay, so that's Mercury's energy, the body parts, the organs associated with Mercury in Aquarius energy. Now the moon. Now pay attention here. For the ladies, it's the right eye. I'm going to go to my left. The right eye. The men, it's the left eye. Okay? So make note of that. Ladies, right eye. Men, left eye. That you may find your eye might be irritated, your eye might be itchy, your eye might be watery, your eye might be blurry, but pay attention. Pay attention to it. Also colds as the moon moves into Aquarius. Colds. Okay? Again, breast-related complications. So be aware. Kidneys, the stomach again. We're on our stomach again. Yes, the stomach. Okay? So between Mercury and now the moon, we have stomach issues again. Okay? So again, a solution. Let's talk about the solution with the eyes, because I think that's important. When we think about the eyes, what I would recommend, as much as you can, because we spend a lot of time sitting in front of our computers doing the work that we're doing, especially, working through Zoom or working at home and Zoom, come away from your computer for facts of time, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Rest them so they won't be so blurry. And upon resting, ask your higher self, what is it that you need to see? What is it that you need to see? Right side for the women, left side for the men. And let's take this one step further when we think about it. When we think about the right and left side is the intention setting, which is, I find it really funny because men, intention setting, and the right side, women, action taking. And for women, it often is challenging for us to take action. We do a lot of setting intentions, but we tend to not take action. And when we think about the guys in reference to the action, but sometimes it's like they don't plan things. It's just so spontaneous. So just thinking of that. That was just something that came through. Okay. I need to push this through because I can go on forever and my radio show does need to end. All right, so we're going to move into Venus energy. Venus, the cheeks, the skin, the neck, the throat, and the reproductive organs. Okay? So let's talk about the throat. I think the throat's important here. So if you are dealing with issues with the throat, maybe you're waking up in the morning or throughout the day and you're getting laryngitis, you're finding yourself coughing a lot, you're clearing your throat a lot, that might be an indication that you need to start speaking your truth. You need to start speaking your truth. And this energy is going to emphasize the things that need your attention. Remember, as I said earlier, this energy that's coming in is very powerful, but it's powered with lessons. So when you really start paying attention, you start to learn things. And this is important. Okay? So throat. Start speaking the truth. And in reference to help to eliminate some of the discomfort that might show up in the throat, again, the hot water with lemon. And if you like to work with crystals, you could put a nice, beautiful soda-like crystal right on the throat chakra. That's an easy, calming one to start with if you've never used a crystal before. Or you go with the turquoise as well. Okay. Again, I'm trying to keep it that you're not spending a lot of money. All right, we're moving into Jupiter energy. Now, Jupiter is associated with diabetes, the liver, the blood vessels, the right ear. Right ear, and interesting, the thighs, the buttocks, get ready, excessive eating and obesity. Yes, because again, this is going to be an Aquarius energy, and Jupiter is about expansion, but it's also about, because Aquarius, we're going to be overthinking, we're going to be critical on ourselves. So when we are in that space of trying to figure out things, we tend to eat. So be mindful of that. Now, in reference to a remedy, again, the mindfulness is important, but also right ear. Pay attention to what it is you need to hear. Right ear. What do you need to hear? And then we're going to move into Saturn. Saturn is influencing our teeth, the bones, our joints, and arthritis, asthma, and also skin disorders. So again, it might be a time to make that dentist appointment. And also when we think about our joints, again, hydration is important, because when we are drinking enough water, we keep our joints stimulated. It's almost like putting oil in your car. If you don't put oil in your car doesn't work out so well. Okay? Moving into our sun energy, the sun. And this one's interesting because this one babbled me, because theoretically, we think about the sun. Okay? In Aquarius energy, has to do with the heart, your eyes, circulation system, the spinal cord, for the females, the left eye specifically, and also right eyes as well for males. So females, left eye, in reference to the sun, males, right eye. Okay, and I'm just taking a peek because I know that we spoke about that, the eyes, in reference to the moon. I'm kind of curious to see if it's the same. Moon for females is right, and for females it's left. Interesting. So, well, basically what it's saying is that both eyes, because during the sun, for the females, it's the left side, and for the moon, it's and for the moon, it's the right side. So both eyes. And the same thing for men. The males, for the sun energy, it's the right eye, and for the moon energy, it's the left eye. So I guess we should just focus on our eyes. Be aware. So that's the medical astrology part of it. And I know I went fairly quickly on it, but this is the energy, this is the highlighting of what's going to take place during the period of these 7 planets in Aquarius. And this is what's being highlighted during this time. So if for whatever the reasons, again, that you start to realize your eyes are bothering you, or you're experiencing issues in your heart, or you're feeling joint discomfort, or you're feeling your skin gets a little irritated, or for that matter, it could be a positive thing too. Your skin can become very luxurious looking. Your eyes can become more enhanced, where now you start to see things beyond what's in front of you. That could be really positive. You start to become more aware of your body, where you start to release weight as to have excessiveness. So there's positive sides to all of this. So recognize the pros and the cons and use it for your most highest good. That's the reason why I share this information with you. Because again, as the energy shifts from one astrological sign to another, our bodies get influenced by it. So should you have any questions about the medical astrology portion, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. Put the question in when you do email me, and I'll do my best to answer that question. Now, if there's a need for us to get on a call after that, that could be arranged as well. But specify the question, and I'll do my best to answer the question. And when you do, again, make sure you include your natal chart in the attachment, so I'll have something to look at to be able to answer your question the best way possible, as opposed to guessing. So, sounds like a lot, right? But it is. It is a lot. There's a lot going on, this amazing energy that we are actually in 2021. And this is a year of change. This is a year of, I like to say, when we think change, movement, we have to move. We have to move physically, we have to move emotionally, we have to move mentally, and of course we have to move spiritually. Because in order for us to spiritually shift vibrations and our frequency, we need change. And that doesn't happen if we stay the same way. As I mentioned, I did want to close with a card reading for today to help you move into a specific chakra, to help you align your energy with all that is coming in. And I'm going to leave you with this question before I dive into the card. Did you also know that our planets are associated with our chakra system as well? That's a whole other show. Yeah, if you haven't figured it out by now, our planets are associated with everything, which is why it's so important to become aware of our planets, why it's so important for you to know your natal chart. Your natal chart is really your blueprint. And I truly believe that when we're born, we should all be given a natal chart right from the beginning, the same way they give us a birth certificate. We should have a natal chart because we should know it. From the age of 6 up, we should know that chart by the back of our hands. Because none of us would have this confusion. So why the hell we're here? That chart would tell us. Because again, we are in the age of Aquarius. Yes, we are. So I'm going to ask you to just settle down, focus on your breathing. I know I've given you a lot of insight for today, a lot of wisdom, lots to download, and you're really at the edge of your chair and you say, oh my God, I need a drink now. Just grab your water, calm yourself down, breathe as I shuffle the cards and see what we need to hear for today, what chakra you need to focus on, what number is going to provide a hidden message and an affirmation that you can use to keep yourself in this high frequency energy. Perfect card for today. The word is spiritual guidance, so use it. Every one of us has a spirit team. Call on them. Besides for your loved ones that have crossed over, you have an entire spirit team of angels, guardian angels, and fairies. And you also have ancestors that you've never met. Call on every one of them. Call on your higher power, whomever it is you pray to. Call on them. Know that there's a higher version of who you are. Call on that as well. Because the more you sit with your higher self, the more you're going to be in line with who you are. And that question of who you are, why you're here, what your purpose is, will become clearer and clearer every single day. And do note that once you find out that answer, amazing things will come from that. And you'll start evolving even more so. The chakra associated to really work on is the heart center. Because yes, when we are not in alignment to who we are and what our purpose is, we are not in alignment. Our heart feels completely heavy and overwhelmed. And our heart is supposed to feel joyful, blissful, and zestful. So it's very important to move into your heart center so you can experience just that. And once you do step into understanding who you are on a soul's level, your heart will become lighter and fuller with joy, abundance, calmness, excitement, and play, because that's what we're here to do, guys. Life is not supposed to be so damn hard. We make it that way because we want to be in our head. There is this concept of being in balance between the spiritual side and the critical thinking. Spend 70% of your time in the spiritual side and 30% in the critical, excuse me. And this way here, you'll have that balance because you do need the critical side as well. But that spiritual side is a lot of fun. So move into that heart. Here's your hidden message. 3 and 4. 3, again, this is your year to create. This is your year to communicate. This is your year to change things up. That 4 energy is, this is a year for change. Everything we experienced in 2021 about breaking down the foundation is leading us into this because we had to break down the foundation in order to build a new foundation. And every one of us are moving in a space of expansion. I want you to say that with me. I am moving into a space of expansion. My entire life is expanding. I get goosebumps when I say that. We're going to say that again. I am moving into a space of expansion. My entire life is expanding. How's that friggin' feel for you guys? I know it feels amazing for me. So 3 and 4 is 7. 7 is really about taking time to sit quietly, reflect, analyze where you were, recognize where you are, and visualize where you're going. And know that you're going there really fast because you're on that slingshot, guys. Wherever you are right now, know that in 3 months to come from now, things are going to start to shift, things are going to start to expand, and life is going to be beautiful. So with that being said, I want to announce my winner because in my TV show this past Sunday, I started this brand new thing about prizes and surprises and everyone getting something. So again, in my TV show, that does not apply to my radio show. I make the announcements in my radio show about the winner. So the winners, now again, everyone who participated in sharing, sharing and caring. Hello, sharing, liking, and commenting. Everyone who's watched my TV show from last Sunday are going to receive a 1-card cosmic energy reading. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to be doing it by video or Zoom with that person. That person and I will decide together. But everyone's going to get that. So whether there was 3 people who did it or 10 people or whatever the number, every one of you are going to receive it. I'm going to send you all a message to your Facebook page. So you'll expect that from me. And in reference to the winners. So one of the prizes, and I know I have it here because I pulled it out. One of the prizes was a copy of my Declutter, Reshape, and Feng Shui book. The winner to this amazing book, and I'm trying to remember who's the name. This amazing book is going to be going out to Linda Boney. Now, again, the names that were listed based on the share in the comments and the likes were put into a raffle. So so Linda Boney is going to be receiving this amazing book. I will be messaging her and getting her address so I can mail it out to her. And in reference to the one who's going to be receiving the gift of a guest and advertising sponsorship, a free guest and advertising sponsorship on my show, my TV show, here is the roll. There we go. Again, it must be Linda Boney's favorite best day. She won the lotto because she is going to be receiving a free guest sponsorship advertising date on my TV show. So I'm going to be reaching out to her for that as well. So yes, again, she was the one that shared, liked, and comment, and her name was pulled out of the raffle. I did not pick the raffle, pull the name out. It was picked out from one of my family members. So with all that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for being here with me today. Know that the show will appear again on the second Wednesday in February, because we only meet once a month, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. But do come and join me this Sunday on January 17th, 2021, as I have my amazing guest coming on, who is Kendra Greer, our astrologer. And we're going to be talking more about astrology because it's the thing to do. So come join me 3 p.m. Eastern time. And remember, when you do, share, like, and comment, because there'll be some more prizes, giveaways, and surprises. So with all that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for being here with me today and enjoying this amazing new moon energy with me. Enjoy the energy of Uranus going direct. Know that Mercury is going retrograde January 30th, and that we have these 7 amazing planets that are all going to be in Aquarius energy. As of right now, we have a handful of them already there, but by time January 19th or 20th, they'll all be in that energy. And just to recap, that's the Sun, the Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and that one planet I can't say for the life of me, Astro something or another. But there's a flyer there. I'm sure Bobby can put that up one last time. But with all that being said, we at the last moment of today's show. I thank you all for being here. Have an awesome rest of January and enjoy 2021. Bye-bye for now.